Thank you, everyone. This is the African Portal Radio coming to you live and direct from Santin City here in Johannesburg. I have with me one of the community leader that is going to mention his name and the position he holds in the society. We want to talk about today, Nigeria spies. What is it all about? How can we unite ourselves as one Nigeria? Sir, I really appreciate your time to be here. I just want you to let the listener know who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
My name is Chidozie Jimadu. My field of study is law. I also preach the gospel. I'm the president of Solidarity for One Indivisible Nigeria, South Africa. I'm the secretary of Supreme Executive Council, South Africa. I've been in community service. I'm a community facilitator for more than 2 decades here in South Africa. We've made effort to bring Nigerians together and to pursue nation building from here in South Africa. The event of today, my interest in coming, in attending this event today is because I was meant to understand that it's going to provide a platform for us as Nigerians, irrespective of tongue and tribe, irrespective of religious persuasion, irrespective of political affiliation, social orientation, to come together and say it as it is, and actually dissect and so view those issues that we think are naughty, those issues we think that separate us as Nigerians, instead of pulling us together to build a nation. To build bridges where we need to have bridges, to repair bridges that are broken, and to develop a sense of citizenship and patriotism in one Nigeria.
All right, I like what you say, and if we are talking about one Nigeria, what is the definition of that unity? What definition can you give to it?
In terms of that, one must look at the past, the history, for you to be able to make, for you to be able to see the future. You must look back where you are coming from, irrespective of the fact that it is the colonial masters that put us together and call us Nigeria. I've always believed in divine appointment. Divine appointment in the sense that I do not believe that there's anything that happens that without the support and without the participation of the universe, of the unseen forces of the universe. Yes, we are Nigerians. Yes, it's the British people that put us together. But I look at Nigeria beyond. I'm Igbo, you are Yoruba, you are Hausa. I look at Nigerians as we are black people. We are black people in the sense that if countries like India, if countries like America, where you have the Irish, the Scottish, the Wales, the Italians, the Indians, every tribe in the world is in America. They see that function as a country. The only reason why it seems we find it difficult to attain that common citizenship in Nigeria is because the political elite believe that because almost 70-80% of Nigerians are politically ignorant, that during the time of election, they can play religion against religion, they can play ethnicity against tribe against tribe in order to get to power. Unfortunately, when they get to power, they are united up there. I'm telling you, what they tell people in the press is not what they practice. At the top level, Those guys, there's no tribe and tongue at the top level. They sit down, they drink tea together, they do practically everything together. They share our common treasury. They share it. They divide it among themselves. But they come down and send a wrong story down there. And because there's a teeming political ignorance down there, we take up arms and fight against each other for people who are united up there.
Somebody say that the only time we have the unity as Nigeria is when we want to steal money. When we want to embezzle money, then we are united. Anyway, that will be part of the conversation that is going to be trending on this event today. But I really want to appreciate you for coming out to be part of this great event. This is the African Portal once again. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you very much, everyone. We are still here in Stanton City, here in the Vision Hotel in Johannesburg. My name is Joshua Oludare Olusan. I have with me one of the community leader, one of the great Nigerian citizen here in South Africa. Sir, I'm so excited to have you here. I just wanted to introduce yourself to the listeners, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
I am Jones, Omoshoro Jones. I'm a medical specialist by profession, a surgeon to be exact, and I specialize in liver and gut operations. I am currently working in the government service at the largest hospital in Africa called Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital, and also one of the senior staff member in the Department of Surgery of University of Witwatersrand, where I also lecture. So I'm a member of the Nigerian Doctors Forum in South Africa called NDFSA, and also a member of the Oduduwa medical community group, and participate in this area as needed, as required.
Wow, thank you very much, sir. Sir, the conversation today is about uniting Nigeria. What does it mean to you when we are talking about the unity? Are we really divided, or is just a mere saying that we need to unite? Do we have a unity among ourselves as a Nigeria?
You have asked a very, very, I think for me, it's the elephant in the room. It's, without mincing word, as far as I'm concerned, Nigeria is not united. It was never united to start with. I really don't want to get political, but when we go back and read the history of the country called Nigeria, it was never established on unity. It was not the people coming together by themselves. They were forced together. Therefore, down the line, over the years, the fault lines are just been made much more increased. And of course, with one part of the country dominating the political scenario up until now, that has just become more widened. And of course, economically, the country is not united. There are the super rich and the super poor. You can't call that unity. Nowhere in the world you can call that unity.
Sir, now we are having this meeting to sit down together to work towards how we can be united. Do you see it that at the end of this meeting is going to bring a progress to our country, is going to bring Nigerians together to live side by side, regardless of the political afflicted, regardless of religion? Do you see that happening after this meeting?
Well, I think for that to happen, it will depend on what this meeting is predicated upon. As I understand it, through the invite, is a process, is a starting or an introduction to try to find a way forward and see how some semblance of unity can be brought about. Therefore, I do not think, and I don't want to believe, that at the end of today's meeting, suddenly there's going to be unity in Nigeria. No. But what I hope for is that at the end of today's meeting, some concrete suggestions, truthful suggestions, and a plan can be put in place or can be agreed upon, come up with, let's say that, like a memorandum come up with, that could be laid on the table of the current leadership of the country and to be taken forward. So I believe tonight is just
The starting point.
kind of, we can call it that.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right, of your time, we are still here. It's going to be a great conversation. It's time for us to address some of the things that is dividing us. And remember, what unites us is actually stronger than what is dividing us. Love is stronger than hatred. So let's get in there. Let's hear what the meeting will be all about, and let's hear what the people that have been invited to speak at this meeting, what they will talk about. Thank you very much and welcome. All right, everyone, thank you very much. We are still here in Santin City, here in the Fishing Hotel in Johannesburg. I have one of the great leaders of our community here with me, and one of the women doing great in our community. Ma, it is my great pleasure having you here. I just want you to introduce yourself to the listeners at home, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
Good evening, viewers at home. My name is Dr. Ann Ijoma. I'm one of the organizers, and by the grace of God, I'm the pioneer founders of the Nigerian Lives Matter. I share the vision with the visioner. I'll call him the visioner, and we had worked together over the years to bring the association to what it is today. And by the grace of God, I'm also behind the organizers of what is happening tonight.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Let's talk about tonight's topic, which is bringing Nigeria together to discuss how we can achieve this unity. What is this unity? What does it mean to you?
Unity for me is speaking with one voice. And speaking with one voice does not necessarily mean we speak the same language, or we come from the same place, or we belong to the same religious group. But we have one vision, and that vision is to see Nigerians as one. See Nigeria as one. I mean, even God in His infinite mercy, when He created the world, He created us in diverse forms, male and female. And then we have different kind of, disposition and the way we look at things. But we still need to speak as one voice, because Nigeria belongs to us, and we live in Nigeria, and we are Nigerians. So we are supposed to understand what it means to be united. And that's why we are here tonight, to understand how we can foster that unity amongst ourselves, despite our ethnic diversity, whether in language, whatever else that divides us in the physical, but in the inside. Unity is not necessarily how we see each other, but unity is what we feel from the inside. Do I have a vision? Are you with me on this vision? That is what we think coming together as one means to me as a person.
All right, now let's look at the discussion today and beyond. Do you believe in one Nigeria?
I believe in one Nigeria. I think it's achievable. It is achievable.
But let's look at the political issues and the cultural and the background, and when you look at the ethnicity. These are the things that is one of the things that the colonial masters created to divide us. How can we remove these boundaries for us to be able to unite ourselves to speak in one voice?
I like the word. I like the use of the word, the colonial masters dividing us. Do we have to live in the past? Must we remain where we were asked to remain? I mean, a lot has evolved. We have evolved as a people. We have evolved as a nation. So I believe that we should leave what the colonial masters have taught us, what they think we are, and tell them that this is who we really are. That way we can maintain the unity that we should have as one Nigeria. Nigeria is small. We are small in landmass. It's just that we are so diverse, and it's a beauty. It's a beautiful thing to be diverse in every kind of way, and that is what brings beauty, the diversity of everyone. So we can achieve it. I believe it's achievable. Like I said, let's leave what the colonial masters taught us and tell ourselves the truth. Say to ourselves, no, this is not working for us. Let's do what works for us.
Ma, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. I believe that more are still coming that we're going to talk about tonight. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for the pleasure of your time. I really appreciate every one of you connecting with us. We are live and direct here. This is the African Portal Radio reporting from here in Santon City, Johannesburg. Thank you and God bless you. Thank you, everyone. We are still here. This is the African Portal Radio TV International. We are here live and direct with the woman behind the vision. You know, Nigerian Spice is the code. All right, it's the deal day and it's going to be a great evening. Ma, I'm so excited to have you live and direct to have this interview with you.
Thank you very
much.
much.
The people listening to us at home would like to know, what is spice? What are we cooking? What is going to happen tonight?
We are cooking a beautiful, delicious Nigerian brand. That's what we are cooking. That's what the spice is all about. To show that we are the spiceful people. There's everything beautiful. We've got beautiful stories to tell. Not the ugly stories that we hear all the time. You know, we hear too many ugly stories about how Nigerians are criminals. I even heard one today, how Nigerians are forgers, how Nigerians are this and that. And all the beautiful stories are not being told. That's what Spice is all about. And we are here to tell the beautiful brand that we are.
One of the things that's going to be gaining momentum in this conversation is unity of Nigeria.
Absolutely.
What does the unity means to you?
Unity means we know how to operate as one. We occupy one landmass called Nigeria, but we have, within that landmass, we have diversity. There is beauty in merging the strengths of that diversity, and that's what unity means. It doesn't mean that we all speak one language, we all have one culture, but when we blend it, as we are going to see tonight, then that in itself is strength. And that's what we are going to harness. That is what is harnessed when you have a strong brand.
So people say that Nigeria is a united country. That's because when we want to steal money, nobody argue, nobody say you are Igbo or you are Yoruba or whatever. We agree together to steal. That we don't need to have any conversation about that. What is your take on that?
That is normal. You know, it's always easy to do bad things. It is the good things that take hard work. It is very easy to tear down, but very difficult to build. So if people want to get together and steal and do crime, they won't remember that they are different. You are Yoruba, I'm Igbo and all that. But when we want to build a nation, that's when it takes hard work. And that's what we are doing.
So tonight is about building the country,
Absolutely.
Coming together to be one.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, ma, for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, listeners at home, you've heard it yourself. It's going to be a great evening tonight. So watch out for it. This is the African Portal Radio TV International, coming to you live from the Vision Hotel here in Santon City, Johannesburg. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Please join us as I welcome on the spotlight one of the great leaders of our community, one of the people that is making us know that we are truly good Nigeria. Let me allow you to meet one of the great leaders of our community. Sir, I'm so excited to have you here. I just want you to introduce yourself to the people at home, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
Okay. I am Sonny Wenike Douglas. First of all, I want to thank you and good evening to your viewers all over the world. I'm Sonny Wenike Douglas, Igbo Jekere, the president of Ohaneze Ndigbo in South Africa. We're right here in Da Vinci Hotels, Santon, South Africa, for the Nigerian Life Matters and Nigerian Spice event for the Nigerian conundrum discussion. So we are here today to deliberate and have a roundtable discussion as Nigerians, especially here in South Africa, about ways to live together and make Nigeria work, and any other thing that comes of interest between us. Tonight, we believe we are coming together as Nigerians to show that Nigerian can be better. I think, first of all, that is the main introduction and the reason why I'm here.
All right. A lot of people talk about Nigeria coming together, talking about the unity. This unity we're talking about, what does it mean to you?
The unity of Nigeria means a lot to me because there cannot be any positive development anywhere without unity of the people. First of all, there has to be unity of mind, and there has to be of unity of interest. Nigerians need to have a collective interest for the good of the nation. We do not need to have selfish or vested interests that always tear the nations apart, and some political interests, religious and tribal interests, those interests that we know that do not add to the good of the nation, rather bring it down. But when we are united in purpose, we can decide for the good of the nation. We can all put our hands together to make Nigeria work for ourselves and the generations yet unborn.
Let me ask you this question, it's very important. Do you believe in one Nigeria?
Most definitely and proudly. I can tell you that I believe in one Nigeria, but a lot has to be done to make Nigeria really to be the one Nigeria that we dream of.
Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having me.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. All right, everyone, I really appreciate your time. I'm standing right here with one of our very own, one of the great women of our time, doing well in our community. Ma, it is my great pleasure to meet you, and I want you to introduce yourself to the listeners at home, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
My name is Mrs. Chioma Joyce Onukog, PhD, and I live here in South Africa. I've been here for more than 20 years, and I am a senior research associate at University of Johannesburg. Yes, Department of Sociology.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ma, tonight we want to talk about how to become one Nigeria, for us to be able to achieve great things among ourselves. What does this unity mean to you?
Well, unity is relative. It depends on what you understand by unity and how you perceive unity. Unity is oneness, is togetherness, is one mind, one spirit, is respect, is working together to achieve a common goal. That's what I understand as unity.
So do you see all this you mentioned, you see it happening among us as a Nigeria, especially here in South Africa?
Well, unity at individual level is happening. Like Dr. Bumi is my friend. We have been friends for more than 10 years, and we respect one another. We work together in certain areas, and we assist each other in one way or the other. But at intergroup level, at the group level, that's where the problem is. There's that division. The same division we have in Nigeria is carried over here. But as individuals, you relate very well at individual level, and most of my friends are not even, I'm Igbo, but many of my friends here are not Igbo. So I have somebody from Ibibio as a friend. I have one from Edo State as a friend. And I have a Bumi from, Yoruba as a friend. And we're very good friends. But at a group level, that's where the problem is.
So how can we address this group level you mentioned?
Well, we have what we call politics of belonging. And people like to go for their own. And that's in Nigeria, we have this ethnic politics. And that is, people try to look after their own, but generally to achieve unity as a group in Nigeria, we'll have to involve a lot of things. We really have to go back to the drawing board, to know what is it that divides us and what is it that brings us together. What is our common goal? And once we agree as a group that this is our common goal and these are the ways we're going to achieve that goal, then there will be unity. But where each group is looking after its own and is running after its own needs and goal, then it won't be possible. Yeah.
Some people say that the only thing that unites us is jollof rice.
That unites us is jollof rice.
They say because everybody is eating jollof rice. But when it comes to coming together, it's very difficult for us to be able to come together. Anyway, that will be the conversation that we're going to be having today. And I'm looking forward to more of it. But thank you very much for coming out to be part of this. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Organizer and one of the founders of Nigerian Life Matter and Nigerian Spice. All right, let me allow you to introduce yourself than how I can do to the listeners at home.
Thank you, Honorable. My name is Prince Debo Adeshina, popularly well known as Prince Ali Hamin. And it's a privilege that we'll be having this wonderful event today, where we have the two keys organizations, which is not really like other organizations, but a movement. Nigerian Lives Matter and Nigerian Spice. Nigerian Lives Matter was actually initiated in the year 2017, October 10. And why Nigerian Spice was a dream comes alive by the very creator, Dr. Olubunmi Alabi, who has been very passionate about anything that has to do with Nigerians, whether both home and abroad. So today, the 20th of October, after giving like 10-day rest of the more of the celebration of the event of the anniversary Nigerian Life Matter, we chose 10 days after the 10th to be the day to now launch both movements, the Nigerian Lives Matter and the Nigerian Spice, together.
All right, so let's talk about the topic today, the unity of Nigeria coming together. What does that mean to you?
Well, to be very honest, I know some people, they've called us all sort of names in my own tribal setting. And today I'm happy that most of the people that are looking at us championing the cause for Nigeria and the Nigerians are here today to understand why the unity of the country is so important. You know, like today events, as we call it, the conundrum, it's something that everybody that is here today is representing one or two, let me put it like ethnic groups. Basically, where we have someone from Yoruba, we have other one from maybe the Delta, and we have the ones that they are more of one side of the tribe, whether Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, we have the Shakiri here, we have the Akwa Ibom, we have. So everybody inside this room today are all Nigerians of different ethnic groups. Not even about tribes, it's about ethnic groups. Because as you know, we have the minorities here in Nigeria and also here in South Africa. Why I say here in Nigeria? Because today, inside this place, the people representing the mission will be here, and that's we call it here in Nigeria, even though it's South Africa. But we're here in Nigeria. We are representing Nigeria. Thank you.
Honorable, let me thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
God bless you.
Thank you. All right, everyone, thank you for your time. I have one of the community leader, a businesswoman in the house. Ma, I would like you to introduce yourself to the listeners at home, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
Thank you. My name is Buki Enua, and I'm the CEO of MGF Travels and Tours.
All right, Ma, we are having conversation tonight about coming together as one Nigeria to unite ourselves and to achieve the common goal. What is this unity? What does it mean to you?
Well, the unity of Nigeria means a whole lot to us. I think basically the most important thing is for us to be able to manage our diversity. And you know there is so much strength in diversity. So if we're able to manage our diversity, there is no ethnicity, and we are not fighting on religious basis, I think Nigeria will be in a better position.
Do you believe in one Nigeria?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We may talk about the regional settings where we have the eastern parts, the western parts, northern parts, but still I believe so much in Nigeria because there is so much unit, there is so much things that we could do, and being a Nigerian gives us that kind of opportunity. There is so much strength in our numbers, the resources, human resources, mineral resources, we have more than enough. I am a full-fledged Nigerian. Of course, my mother is from the Hausa lineage, my father is a Yoruba man, and I married an Igbo man, so I'm a full-fledged Nigerian. So where will I be? I am a full Nigerian.
Wow, thank you very much, everyone. We will continue with the conversation. I love that because you represent Nigeria, the
I
one
am
Nigeria.
a full-fledged Nigerian.
Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Pleasure. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you very much for your time. I just want you to introduce yourself to the listeners at home, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Abdulrazak Abubakar. I'm the president of Nigerian Students in Diaspora and in South Africa.
All right.
Yeah.
We're having a conversation tonight, and it's about the unity, coming together to be one Nigeria and to achieve that common goal. What does that mean to you?
That's very important. I think that's the reason we are here, because the unity of Nigeria is what we are after. I think but togetherness we can achieve a lot, but individually and us being divisive, we're not going to achieve much. So us coming together to discuss a way forward on how to move Nigeria forward, for not just for our sake, also for our children who are coming after us, because it's very important. So I think this is a very good event whereby we can see how we can amend the incapacitatedness of our country.
Okay, you as the president of Nigeria, Student Union of Nigeria in South Africa, what are you doing in your own little space to make sure that we achieve this common thing to unite ourselves as a Nigerian?
The first thing we've done is equality in our organization. Irrespective of whichever race you're from, you're free to lead the organization. It's all about what you can do, the impact you can make in the organization. It doesn't matter whether you're Igbo, Yoruba, or wherever. So that's what one of the things I've put in place. That it's all about competence. So we are giving room for competence and also inclusivity, that everybody is included from all regions to make sure that the organization goes properly. That's one of the things I've incorporated also in our association.
Wow. Thank you very much for your time. I really
Thank you very
appreciate
much. I
it.
really
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you, everyone. I have a privilege to have this conversation with one of our very own in our community. Sir, I would like you to introduce yourself to the listeners at home, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
Thank you very much. My name is Wole Popola. I'm one of the community leaders in the society, and I've been a member of one of the political parties in South Africa, and I'm also a humanitarian. So that's basically who I am.
All right, sir. Tonight is about unity. It's about bringing Nigerians together. It's about achieving this common goal, working together as one Nigeria. What is the definition of this unity?
Well, before you define unity, I think we have to go back into history. History is very important. How did we get to this point, to this stage that we are in today? You now trace the steps that we have taken thus far from 1914 up to this point. Well, of course, unity is achievable where we give everybody equal rights, where the minority will not be oppressed by the majority. So it's very important for us to I think, renegotiate the Nigerian society before we can move forward. There is a need for us to renegotiate. And why did I say we need to renegotiate? You and I were not there in 1914. The agreement that was reached, we did not contribute to it. So it's very important that we have to go back to the drawing board and convey a sovereign national conference that will enable you and I to have that input into the Nigerian society that we need. For example, I will give you a good example. You can't have unity where you have 13% derivative percentage. I mean, in the sharing formula of the revenue of Nigeria coming from the Niger Delta. I'm not from Niger Delta, but of course, justice requires that you cannot be giving 13% to the chicken that lays the eggs. It doesn't make any sense for us. So, unity requires that we need to sit down, and then we can now talk about unity in diversity. You know, the federation that we've been talking about, are we really practicing the federalism that we are talking about? It doesn't make sense in any case, if you look at it. So, but by and large, I think we should start, walk the talk. The journey starts with you and I, followership, not leadership, because leadership comes from followership. Are you and I ready to do the right thing? If you're not ready, then we should forget about it. So, which is very unfortunate. The Bible says one shall chase 1,000 to flight, and two shall chase 10,000 to flight. So if that is the case, we really need that unity. But others don't have any voice. We don't have a voice. If we disintegrate, if the Biafrans go their way, the West, will there not be another minority group being marginalized? So, you see, it's a whole lot of problems. If you look at the revenue sharing formula once again, at the moment the federal government takes, I think, 50%, 50.65%. The states take 25.62%, while the local government, that is most important in any society, takes 23.73%, where the real activities occur. But is that unity? It's not unity. The grassroots. Just recently we were told a whole community was given a bag of rice to share. Doesn't make any sense. So, and at the national level, at the federal level, what is the real activity that is being done? That 50.65% will be given to the federal government. For what? And that's why you see that the rush to be at the federal level is so competitive, unlike at the grassroots level. So there's a lot that we need to address before we can talk about
this
unity.
This would be one of the conversations that will be gaining momentum at this event tonight. So I just want you to give the organizer, the Nigerian Life Matter and Nigerian Spice, I just want you to give them the advice, what you are expecting to happen after today.
After today, we should say the truth for the first time. The truth, the truth, the truth.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone. As we are rounding up the evening, I have pleasure to have this brief interview with Mr. Samiano. Mr. Samiano, I'm so excited that you are here. I just want you to tell us what is the lesson out of this and what is the way forward from here.
Thank you so very much. I can tell you quite frankly, for me, I think this is the first platform that I have been organized by a Nigerian platform, not an ethnic platform. And honestly, I have seen brilliant ideas in this place. I have seen there is a voice of unity that I'm hearing from Nigerians. There is a voice of unity. I think everybody is yearning for us to be united. And I believe that's actually where our strength lies. That's actually where our
our capacity lies. That's actually where our competence lies, in our unity as a people. Like I said, one of the strong emphasis is we need to have a national collective identity, a national collective project, something that we want to, every Nigerian believes in. That's going to make us who that we are. I am not a Nigerian because I'm from the West. I don't want to be a Nigerian because I'm a Northerner. I don't want to be a Nigerian because I'm an Easterner. I want to be a Nigerian because I have an identity. What identity am I talking about? I have an effective identity. I have credibility. I can be trusted. I am competent. I can stand and be proud of where I come from. So this is very, very important, because until we come to a point and tell ourselves, not what this country can do for us, what can I do for my country as a citizen, not just as a region, as a citizen. I want to be a citizen of a proud country. I want to be a citizen of a successful country, a country that is respected. And so that's exactly what I'm taking away from here tonight, because I'm in the midst of people who want to change. I am in the midst of people who is yearning for a shift, a new shift, a shift that will position us positively to the world. And that's, I think, what I believe where we stand now as a people. Either we're at home, either we're in the diaspora, we should speak as a Nigerian. I don't want to speak as a Yoruba man. I don't want to speak as an Igbo man or as an Hausa man. I want to be known as a Nigerian. And I want that identity because I want to stand for what is true. I want to stand for what is possible. I want to stand for integrity. I want to stand for capacity. And so I believe going forward, I'm looking forward to this. I want to be part of this. I want to be committed to it. In my own definition, I would say this is the beginning of what I call Project Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Wow. You mentioned something earlier about our economic strength. Can you say something about that?
Well, like I tell, I say over and over, everywhere that I have the opportunity to show up, you are not respected if you do not have economic strength. And one of the biggest challenge that I believe has been our weakness is we are economically weakened within this space, the Southern Africa, because we do not hold the space within the economic system of this country. We're just the people. We have professionals, we have doctors, engineers, we have businessmen, entrepreneurs, like I am one. But because we've been so focused to build individually. And one strong emphasis is if you want to go very fast, you go alone. But if you have to go very far, you have to go together. As a people, as a citizen, as a nation, we have to come together so that we can foster a bigger strength. We can be a major player within the economy of South Africa. I don't want to just be a player on my own. I know I can succeed on my own, but let me tell you, as an entrepreneur, I want to succeed as a nation. You see, I want to be respected as a nation, as a citizen of a nation, not just for myself alone. And so it's been a lot of challenge for us. It's been a lot of battle because our economic space is very small. Our economic capacity within the system is so small. We are not players in the system. We're just somewhere by the corner. We're not players. We have seen other citizens, we have seen other countries, we see what they do as a nationalist. They are part, they have position in the parliament, even in South Africa. Other countries, we don't even move close to that. And so we have to come to a point and we have to recognize that together we have strength. Our economic strength will speak a lot of volume in the system. And that's one of the strong emphasis that we have to begin to look at. How do we collaborate to build good economic capacity as a people, as a nation? I mean, for us who live in South Africa, how do we come together? How do we start good big businesses that can speak volume? I'm not just talking about what somebody's just doing right at his backyard. No. How do we come into the system and be known?
Mr. Samiano, it's a pleasure having you. Thank you very much for
Thank
the
you
pleasure
so
of your
much.
time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much
God
for
bless
having
you.
me.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. A great evening. We just want you to give us a kind of wrap up with this. What do you gain from this, and what is the way forward?
Actually, good evening. My name is Kenneth Oyekachibi, the president of Nigeria Community in Eswatini. Based on your question, actually, it's a very good program. I actually want to appreciate the organizers. They did well, and this is the kind of thing that we need, not only just in South Africa, we actually need such thing all over the world. There's a need for Nigeria to come together. We shouldn't bring the mentality that we have at home, bringing it back, bringing it out to the outside world. It doesn't speak well. It doesn't speak well of us. And I actually want to comment because it's not easy putting such a thing together. You know, if you look at it, people don't want to go just because of we are just like interacting. Brothers, telling ourselves the truth. So I actually want to say this must continue, mustn't stop, and we should encourage because this actually involves fun, and we need to encourage so that it will continue. And I would love to be coming even after today.
All right. So, what is the lesson from it?
Well, the lesson that we should learn is that we should drop our egos. Everybody must not be leaders, and we should try to encourage whoever that has been picked there. Try to encourage and try to humble yourself and be a good Nigerian, And at the same time, importantly, we should forget about tribal. I've told them that tribal is what is killing us. I'm Yoruba, I'm Igbo, and Hausa. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't speak good of us. So, importantly, we should just forget about Yoruba. Let's just see ourselves as one Nigeria and work as united Nigeria to help us so that we can take something back home.
Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you.